to Worship Leader Hangout. My name's Chad. Today I have a guitar in my hand for probably the first time ever on Worship Leader Hangout. And I'm going to show you my favorite pedal that I use as a guitarist when I lead worship, or without, or when I play bass. Or anyway, it's probably one of my favorite pedals of all time, regardless. But as a worship leader, I feel like this thing is so needed. But first, I want to thank you guys so much for watching our last video on the stage design that you see behind me. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I'll link it below. I'll also put a link in this video as well. But thank you so much for giving that so much attention. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it. You can probably guess from what you just heard in the intro that it's the RV6 by Boss. Yes, that is my favorite pedal, and no, this is not going to be a good review of it. I'm just going to show you my settings and how I use it as a worship leader. So let's look at it. So on the RV6, I use 3 different settings that I feel like are best for what I do as an acoustic guitarist and a worship leader, and those are the hall, the plate, and of course the beloved shimmer. Yes, I love that sound. It's a combination of octave shifting and pitch shifting and just all kinds of stuff just like layered, and oh, it just sounds so good. And if you take the time knob up, of course it makes it longer, but the tone knob is where you can make that sound like a pad. And so what I do is I take the tone to about between 9 and 11 o'clock. You can kind of play with it when you're using it and see what kind of pad sound you can get out of this if for some reason you don't have a keyboardist, or in collaboration with a keyboardist, and it sounds a little bit like this. Now if you take that tone knob up a little bit, you're going to hear higher sounds. So as we dial the tone knob up, you can see that it starts to layer on higher octaves and other sounds within the tone to give it a beautiful sound. Of course, if we take that tone knob all the way to like 5 o'clock or so, it's going to give you even more. So play with that when you get it. Another thing is you can take up the time and it'll lengthen that even longer. So as you are maybe backing up a speaker, maybe at the end of your worship set when your pastor comes on stage, you can just kind of stay with them. But take that time knob up. Of course, it's going to lengthen the sound and last forever. Bring that tone down just a little bit. So again, just to recap the pedal a little bit, E level is your effects level, and that's going to increase the volume of the effect. Your tone knob shapes the tone of the reverb or the effect that it's making. There's so much going on within that tone knob. I mean, if you want to know a little bit more about it, go watch an official review. The time is going to lengthen the reverb and let it last longer, so that way you have a lot more space filled in if you're playing something slower. And of course you have a lot of different settings there. Again, my favorites are plate, hall, and shimmer, but I do use the others as I think I need to. This is without a doubt my favorite pedal when I'm leading worship, because I can fill in the space with ambient sounds where I need to. Especially when you don't have a keyboardist, this is really important as an acoustic guitarist, because if you play without any kind of reverb whatsoever, it's just a little bit dry. And so I like to add something behind it, even if it's just a tiny bit of reverb and maybe not that shimmer sound. So let's go ahead and go to hall, up the time a little bit, maybe take the tone up, and dial in the level just a hair. All right. Yeah, you hear that? Gives it a little more depth. So there you go, my favorite pedal as a worship leader. I think that you guys would love to check this one out. It doesn't even have to be the Boss reverb. It can be any other reverb pedal. I think the point is to be able to fill in the space where we need to, especially when we are backing up a pastor or somebody speaking. It's just really nice to have that ambient sound behind somebody as they're talking. You know, keyboardists do it all the time with pads and strings and other sounds. And so we're just basically doing the same thing on the guitar, so that way it doesn't sound so dry. Check this pedal out. I'll put a couple links in the description below so you can look at it on Amazon and wherever else. And it, like I said, it doesn't have to be the Boss. Go explore and see what else is out there as far as that. I just like the Boss because that's what I've always used, and I really like this pedal. It's very highly rated among musicians in the world, so so yeah, definitely check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video about the RV6 by Boss. I was not paid or even prompted to do any kind of video like this for that company. I just wanted to because it's my favorite. And if you like this video and you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you stay up to date on different content that we bring out. Again, thank you so much for watching, and remember, great worship leaders are always learning. Have a great day. Right on time.